it's Myra Eagle with eXp Realty with David Young from
Happy
Cardinal.
Friday, everybody.
Hey, David.
Good to see you, Myra. It's been a big week, huh?
Oh my gosh, was it busy. And then I got out to a board fresh affair event. Vendors outside, ice cream, hot dogs, and hamburgers. I got to go out and finally network with the rest of the realtors.
What's today? Is it annual snowman day or something?
Today is Saxophone Day. Today is
Nice.
Saxophone Day. You don't have a saxophone, do you?
No. Where's Bill Clinton when you need him?
No, yeah. So you got some news for us, huh?
Yeah. So as we shoot this video, here we are 3-4 days later, and the election's still going on. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's like states that were one color are now turning another color. So it's no longer. I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Like most of the people watching, like, hey, this is great. It was like watching this like competitive race, and then all of a sudden, it's funny. I go to sleep and Trump's got like Arizona and Georgia and Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin. They're red, right? And I wake up in the morning, they're blue, and they're like, hey, all these votes came in overnight. And it's like, oh man. And then Trump's like fighting it, and then Biden's fighting it. And so it's crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. Like, I wonder, I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, what is going on out there? Like, things are crazy.
Where did you all go while you were counting the votes? Did you turn out the lights?
Yeah, it's like they turn out the lights and then all of a sudden more votes show up. And then they turn off the lights again and more votes show up. And it's like, who are these votes coming in for? And where are they coming from? And, they're all the mail-in people. What? Are you sure? Like, and then now there's rumors that there are more votes than registered voters and all this other craziness out there. I don't know. The only thing that I know is that it's impacting us big time, right? So earlier in this week, everybody kind of thought Trump won, right? Or I'm in Texas, so maybe that's the media that we got, right? As hey, Trump won. Rates just start plummeting, right? Interest rates are going down. The 30-year fix, we're locking them back in at 2.25%. Everybody loves it, right? And then today they announced, oh, sorry guys, Biden's going to win, right? All these states that were red are now blue. And all of a sudden, I don't know why this affects my market, but now all of our pricing is locked down. I just quoted a lady at 2.75. It was like a 2.839 APR. And now the rate's shooting up. And it's like, oh, man, like, why is my business so impacted by the presidential election, right? But it is, right? For better or for worse. So, all these things that we've been telling people, hey, get in. If they would have bought a house with you and been under contract, Myra, we could have locked them in at 2.25, earlier this week. Right. And now, that same thing, who knows? It could be 3.25 next week. 3.25 is still a good interest rate. But if you're looking at like a $200,000 or $300,000 house over 30 years, that's a lot of money, right?
Wow. Yes.
So here's the deal, right? The best time to buy a house was 20 years ago, right? The second best time to buy a house is today. And even if the interest rates are higher, if you get under contract, you've got, 30, 45, 60 days, however long that contract is, to hammer out the financing side of it. It's better to have the option to lock in than not have the option at all. Does that make sense?
That does, yes. Get in now before the rates get what? 7, 8, 13%.
That's how they were when I first got into this business. People are like, oh my goodness, it's 3% now. What am I going to do? And I'm like, really? 3%? Back 20 years ago, we were like, man, they'll never be lower than 6%, ever. Right. All of our financial analysis people are like 8% on the 30-year fix, right? And now then it became 5, and then 4, and then 3, and now it's 2%. Holy moly!
Giving the loans away.
Yeah, on a 30-year fixed. That's crazy. Crazy. We didn't even have that in ARMS pre-2008. You
Wow.
know? Yeah, even the adjustable rate mortgages were higher interest rates than the fixed rates are today. I think, and like if I had the capital to do this right now, I'd be buying up a bunch of rental properties.
Hmm.
Why not right now? Lock them in at a low interest rate, and you increase your cash flow. It's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Your tenant's rent money is going to pay your landlord your mortgage.
Yeah. Hey, we got a few for sale right now. If you're interested, you
Yeah.
know, call Myra. She's got a pretty good package deal right now. $500,000 gets you 5 rental properties. Your cash flow, what, 7-10 grand a month right off the bat? That's
Yep.
not a bad
Yep.
deal considering that you can delay financing, pull 400 grand back out, and for 100 grand you'd be making $5, $7, $10,000 a month. That's like a 10%, more than that, really. That's like 100% return on investment after 14
Wow.
months.
So yeah, we're going to do some investing in the area. There's a lot of investors out there, hungry investors in Florida. How about you where you're at, David?
Yeah, Texas is just a hot plate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants what few democratic slash free states that they are. It seems like a lot of people are moving away. Americans just don't. For the majority, I think Americans don't want socialism, so they're moving away from those states. Not to be political or anything, but just factual, right? Like the super like socialist states, people are moving away from those, and they're coming to those that are more democratic and capitalist, right? Because a lot of us are business owners, and we like our free speech. Ha! Right? Love me or hate me, that's this how I feel. I love free speech. I don't want to be censored. So,
How many people are going to sell and move out of the states because of the presidential election?
I think so too, because if you think about it, why would you be a property investor in a socialist state? Why would you own your own home in a socialist state, right? Because you're going to be on a fixed income, and that fixed income is going to be poverty level, right? So I get it. The people who are already in poverty are going to want, a socialist state because that won't increase their life at all. But now, people like us, we want to invest in real estate. We want to work harder to get more from life, right? I don't want to. I love being an investor and a property flipper, and there's a lot of fun in it, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I don't want the government to come along and say, no, you're going to go back to being an engineer again. Like, I don't want that. Like, I hate that. I want to flip properties.
A lot of people aren't going back to the offices due to COVID. They're going to start working from home and continue to work from home. They're going to find ways and businesses that they can run out of their home. So they're going to be investing and doing a lot of networking and out there passive incomes.
You know what? That's what America was built on. Not big corporations. There were no big corporations when America hit its prime, right? We're far from our prime, but that there were no big corporations, there were no big dogs. The government didn't tell us what to do. It was entrepreneurs that were willing to pull up their sleeves and work. And that's what America was built on. That's what made America so amazing and so much more special than the rest of the world. And doing things like investing in properties, investing in your local businesses, investing in the people next door. And
Yes.
No offense against the Walmarts of the world, but nobody gave their money to the multi-billion-dollar companies because there just weren't any. It was all circulated in the community, and it grew the entire community up. So that's a part of capitalism that I like. I don't like the capitalism where the uber rich own everything. I like the part of capitalism when small businesses like your business and that nice guy who's an investor up the street that invests in the local businesses and the local people, right? I like that part of the capitalism, right? And I think that flourishes in your state, and that's why so many people are moving to Florida because I think that we're getting back to America's roots. We're getting back to what our grandparents did when they first arrived here on boats, right?
Get back to the hardworking small business owners. Made in America. Let's go.
I hope so. I hope so. I guess it'll all depend on what happens with this election, but I'm just praying that we get back to the grassroots America of our grandparents, or I know it'll never get quite to there, but I would love to see those local entrepreneurs and people pursuing their dreams rather than being a widget in a big factory.
Right. Yep. Support your family the American way.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, last week I told you, vote for me or vote for David. So you'll have to find out next week to see who the president is.
Hey, kudos to people like Biden and Trump. I have a lot of respect for both of those guys because there's no in heck I'd ever want to be president. Like, no way. No way. The pass, right? So no matter who you're voting for, kudos, right?
Yep.
So they're awesome. So
yep.
like Myra, we'll vote for Myra. We'll vote for this girl.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, we're supporting our small local businesses. Give me a call if you have any questions. See you next week, David.
You have a great weekend.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.